Hello, this is a demonstration video of an application called Rakubo and how it uses OAuth2 to send and receive Gmails. In this video, I would like to demonstrate the grant process that the user would go through to grant this application the authority to send and receive Gmails on the user's behalf. Now, to provide some context, this application is an RPA program, which means its purpose is to automate the daily desktop activities of its users, including, for example, running applications, manipulating Excel files, and of course, sending and receiving Gmails. And about myself, I am a developer of an application called Ashirobo, which is an RPA program, and Rakubo is an OEM of Ashirobo, which means it's functionally identical. And that technically makes me a developer of Rakubo, which is why I am the one narrating this video. So to start off, I would like to explain the grant process. To start the grant process, the user would click the menu and OAuth2 management here. Click plus to add an account. And by clicking this button, the user can start the process of authorizing this application to send and receive Gmails on their behalf. Let me change this to English real quick. Right. So here is the client ID. And here the user can check, this is the application name. Here's the terms of service. And here is the privacy policy of this application. Here the user can check. Here it says that this application uses Gmail for the sole purpose of automating sending and receiving Gmails for the user as an automated task. And it adheres to the limited use policy, which means that none of the user's information is sent to any third party or any server. Rakubo is purely a client application, which means that all the user's information is local to the physical desktop PC. Right. And so once the user is okay with that, the user can go ahead and log in. And this shows up because the verification process is not over. And here the user can make sure that they want to authorize Rakubo to perform these activities on their behalf. So if they're okay with this, they would click allow, do one final check, and here's the authorization code. User will click this button, go back to the Rakubo window, and paste the authorization code here, and of course, type in the account that they want to authorize and click register. So now the user has just authorized Rakubo to send and receive Gmails on their behalf using this account. That was the grant process. Now I would like to demonstrate how Rakubo actually sends and receives Gmails. Now this is an automation program, so I would like to create a new automation task to first demonstrate sending Gmails. So here is our new automation task. Right, here is the task editing window. And here on the left-hand side, you can see all of the commands that the user can automate, such as running applications and moving the mouse, typewriting on the keyboard, manipulating Excel files, and of course, sending and receiving emails. Now you can see that sending and receiving Gmails are commands of their own. Now this is because the upper commands, those use IMAP and SMTP to send and receive emails, but Gmail uses API, the Gmail API, which is why they're commands of their own. So now I would like to demonstrate sending Gmails. I just clicked send Gmail, and I would like to configure this command. Here I would type in the account that I want to use to send an email. I would like to send it to myself for demonstration purposes. Here is the subject and the body. I won't be sending any attachments, and I'll click OK. Right. So now what we have is an automation task that does one thing, and that is send email, Gmail specifically. So if I click run, right now Rakubo is sending an email, and it's a success. So let's look at the results. I'm going to log into Gmail. Right, and here you can see that an email has indeed been sent 0 minutes ago, and here's our subject and body. Right, so that was the demonstration for sending emails. Now I would like to demonstrate receiving emails, and for that I would like to mark those 2 emails as unread for demonstration purposes. So I'm going to go back and create a new task for receiving emails. Receive Gmail. So I just created a new empty task, and with this I'm going to receive Gmails. Now this command requires a bit of explanation. So first I would like to type in the email account that I would like to receive with. In this case, it's the same account. We won't be downloading attachments, so we'll leave this empty. And I would like to read only unread emails, so I have this checkbox here. So by running this command, I would be receiving unread emails in this account. And for every email that I receive, I would like to do something. So just for the purposes of this demonstration, what I'm going to do for this task is open up Notepad first, then start receiving emails. And for every email that I receive, I will typewrite the subject of the email. So here, those are variables, and this variable here contains the subject. I'll click OK. So to review what this task will do, first it will open Notepad, then it'll start receiving Gmails from this account, only the unread ones. And for each one that fits this criteria, it will typewrite the subject into Notepad. So let's try running this. It's opening Notepad and receiving emails now. Since there are 2 unread emails, it printed 2 lines. So let's review what happened. There are 2 unread emails, and Rakubo successfully read both of them. Right. Now, Rakubo also has the functionality not just to receive emails, but also to mark them as read. And so I would like to demonstrate this now. By clicking this checkbox, this is the same task, except this time, after reading the emails, it's going to mark them as read. So let's try running this again. So it's doing the same thing, except this time, after reading, the read emails will be marked as read. Let's check that this actually, there we go. Now it's marked as read. And one final functionality. Here's a set flag. And what this does is it'll mark read emails with this flag, the star. So once again, I'm going to mark those as unread. And just for fun, I'm going to add a filter. So I'm going to mark only this email as read and flag it. I'm going to add a filter and say, I want to read only emails that are unread with the word subject in its subject. And for all emails fitting this criteria, it will mark it as read and add a flag, and also print the subject into Notepad. Yep, so let's try running this. It's reading emails now. And let's check what happened. Here, as you can see that Rakubo read all emails that are unread, which have the word subject in its subject, marked it as unread, or rather, marked it as read, and set a flag. That's the demonstration for receiving emails and modifying them. And yes. Now, there's one more functionality within Rakubo, which involves sending Gmails. So I would like to demonstrate that now. Now, up until now, I've been demonstrating running automated tasks by clicking the Run button. But there's another way to run tasks at specific times of specific days. And that is the schedule functionality. Now, Rakubo has the ability to run tasks, automated tasks at certain times of the day. And after running the task, also send a notification email to the user to notify that the scheduled task has indeed been run. And so to set that up, the user would click the menu button, click General Settings, and click the Schedule Notification Email Settings checkbox here. For this demonstration, we would like to use Gmail, and we will type in the account that we want to send and receive the notification emails with. We have this checkbox here to also attach the log file of the automated task and click Apply. Right. So now I'm going to actually set up the schedule. So right now it's 6:21. So at 6:22, if I can make this on time, it's 18:22. Will I make it? Finish. At 22, it's going to start sending Gmails. Right? So the scheduled task is automatically running now. And here you can see the schedule ran. Now let's check what happened. So here we can see that an additional Gmail test has been received. And there's another email. This is the notification email, as evidence that Rakubo has indeed run the scheduled task. So if we check here, it says at 6:22, it ran the send Gmail scenario, or the send Gmail task. It ended 3 seconds later, and the result was a success. And here's our attached log file. And yes, I think that's it. In this video, I demonstrated the grant process that the user would go through to grant Rakubo the authority to send and receive Gmails on the user's behalf. The send Gmail command, the receive Gmail command, also the modify email functionality. And yes, I think this is it for the demonstration. Thank you very much.